All right, boys, it has been a huge week for a lot of fucking people in the program. Holy shit. Let's see if anybody of them are in here. I don't know if they are using their actual names. But dude, guys, we gotta see some shit. You guys gotta see this. I don't know if you guys have yet. One sec. Look at this, dude. Okay, let's see here. We had, bro. Oh wait, did they post it in the inner circle? Let's see here. Tell you what. Just go to my drive. So we had this week, we had Jonathan. Where is this? Dude, we had Jonathan exactly 30 days into wholesaling, and he's closed. He's locked up 3 deals. He has 2 of them already dispoed, and he closed this one. This was like a small, I think this was like 6K or something. Yeah, 6K, but he has like another 40 grand set to close tomorrow. Then we have Luke. I don't know if Luke's in here. I didn't see if he joined. Luke messaged me on the treadmill fucking 2 seconds ago. And look at this. He closed both of these this month, dude. 38K and where's the other one? 38K and a 29 piece. It's fucking insane, bro. I fucking love seeing it. Oh shit, we got some people who need to be let in. Either way, been a crazy week for the boys. I don't know if you guys saw, I was out with some other inner circle students, and they're ripping like 200 grand a month. So it's been crazy, dude. There are so many deals out there. We just need to get our paws on them. And the only way we're gonna do that is by making calls. You guys know that. But either way, I want to open this up to you guys, go over whatever kind of questions you guys have right now. We can comp any deals you guys need help with looking at. If you guys need some strategic advice, you're like, yo, Tyson, I'm not sure what the next move is. What should I do? Now is the time to ask. I'd like to help. And yeah, let's make a bunch of money. Here we go. Let's make a bunch of money. Let's get it rolling. By the way, oh shit, I can't adjust. I keep forgetting that my camera's up there. That right here. Now you guys can't even see the entire thing. My camera's fucking not pointed at it. This is an authentic longhorn skull that I found on the internet, and it's carved with Mandela effect, and I'm fucking stoked on it. So I wanted to tell you guys about that. Anyway, let's get into what we got. Let's see. We got 2 chats. Let me see here. Is anyone familiar with signing off documents being 18 but not having a social security number? I'm going to be honest with you, Aldair. I don't know about that at all. That is a question, Aldair, that you need to ask a title company. Okay. So if you have a current deal in the works, ask them. If you do not, call a wholesale friendly title company where you live and ask them that. Say, hey, I'm doing some real estate deals over here. What's up? Is there anything I need a social security number for? Okay. Because whatever, like I have Visa or whatever it is, I just don't have a social security number, but I don't think it'll be a huge deal. You may need to get an LLC, so you have an EIN for tax purposes, but that's why you want to talk to to a title company. Tatum, you have comp and questions. Well, Tatum, you are in the right place then. What do you need help with? You want me to comp something? Drop that address and give me the details. You have some questions about something? Go ahead and type it, unmute your mic, whatever you'd like to do, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay, so first I'll drop the link, but my question is about mobile homes. I've heard you say a little bit. I don't know if it was in the videos on here or like on YouTube. I don't know if there's something like special or if I just need to disregard those.
Yeah, there is something special. So great question. I'm glad you brought this up. With mobile homes, there are 2 main things that we need to know. There are 3 main things we need to know. First main thing, there is a shitload of money to be made selling mobile homes. Some of my biggest assignments have been on mobile homes. I am a huge fan of wholesaling mobile homes. With that being said, let's move into the other two things you need to know. Number one, do they own the lot? With mobile homes, you will find that oftentimes they do not actually own the real estate that the mobile home currently sits on, okay? Key ways, let me show you, let's pull up some examples. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean by this. So let's go right now. Can you guys see my entire Chrome screen? Like, can you guys see what I'm doing over here? On
Yeah.
Zillow? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's go to Mesa, let's go to for sale, and let's go to mobile homes. I feel like this will teach you guys better if you can see exactly what this looks like, especially if you guys are doing like some for sale by owner stuff or something like that. You're going to run into a lot of this. In fact, let's change it to for sale by owner. Let's find some good deals for you guys. So quick little recount. When you guys are looking for sale by owner leads on Zillow, right? If you don't have any money to spend on marketing, this can be a great way to find some low-hanging fruit. There are deals out there with this. You're going to want to go here for sale by owner and other, and you want to uncheck everything except for owner posted. Do not get trapped into doing these agent listed, new construction, foreclosures, auctions, foreclosed, pre-foreclosures. Do we love all of this stuff? Yes. But when you check this stuff in for sale by owner, it's all going to be agent and bank listed stuff. So we don't want that. That's no bueno. So let's go here. And then let's just go look and let's see what the hell we got here. I got to move my Zoom shit. It's all up in my chops. This needs to get the hell out of here. All right. So let's go and let's start looking through some of these mobile homes. Let's go through, let's just sort this low to high and let's see what we got here. We got a $16,000 mobile home right here. What the fuck? All right. So, all right. Couldn't have been a better example. If I'm looking right now and I'm looking for a for sale by owner deal, I look at this, I'm like, oh, money, dude. Let me call this bro, right? This is exactly the shit I'm looking for. But right here, the fucking dagger, lot rent at $650 a month. Lot rent immediately means that this person does not own the real estate that this mobile home sits on. And they are paying a rent every single month so their mobile home can stay on that lot. Buying this is essentially like buying a car. It's not even like when you buy a mobile home in this fashion, you don't even use a real estate contract. You use a bill of sale, just like you would if you were purchasing somebody's car or I don't know, a fucking watch or something. Like it's not real estate. So can you technically still assign bill of sales and things like that? Yes. That's a great way to spend a ton of time talking to poor people to maybe make $500. Not my cup of tea, shouldn't be yours either. So when it comes to mobile homes, quick little recap. We have three things. First thing, ton of money to be made. We like mobile homes. Second thing, they must own the lot. Okay. So if you go in like a description or you get a lead that comes in from cold calling or whatever it is, and it's a mobile home, first question, do you own the lot? Now, some people might be like, what do you mean? Just say, is there lot rent every month? If they say yes, you got to immediately just let them know, sorry, this isn't a property we're interested in. Do you have any other real estate that you own that you might be looking to sell? Okay. So number one thing, now let's go back so I can show you. I want to show you some examples of like, now probably all of these things are like 20K. More than likely, these are all lot rent. Now, should you just ignore them? No, go and look and see if they're lot rent. Because if you can catch one that's like you buy a mobile home that's not lot rent for anything under like 60 grand here in Arizona, you're going to make some money with it. Let's go back here and let's look at some of these like ARV mobile homes. Let's check this guy out. So lot 103. Now, does this mean for sure it's lot rent? No, but more than likely it is. Okay, all ages, pets, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, dishwasher, works, efficient, manatee, home comes, not one, two covered carport cycles. Okay, so there could be something here. I'm going to keep scrolling down, see if there's anything else I can see. Okay, it's a new construction. It does have an HOA that's $821 monthly. This could be indicative that it's lot rent. Either way, you could definitely, now look, this is a 2022 built mobile home, so it's like not the hottest lead in the world, but this could still absolutely be somebody that you'd want to call and make an offer to. Because we don't know for sure it's lot rent. But remember, first thing with mobile homes, do you own the land? Is there lot rent? We're looking for the answer no. Second thing with mobile homes, very, very important, is the year built, okay? So we have built 2022 here. This is good. I want everybody to remember the date or the year 1976, okay? Mobile homes built 1976 and newer, so anything between 1976 and yesterday, qualify for bank financing, meaning somebody can go get a mortgage and purchase that property with a mortgage. Mobile homes built prior to 1976, so 1975 and older, do not qualify for bank financing. No bank will give you a mortgage to purchase that property. Now, you might be thinking, why does this matter in terms of us? Like, I thought we're dealing with cash buyers here. We are. But eventually, that cash buyer who purchases that property is going to want to sell it, right? And if they can only sell it to other people who are cash buyers, especially consumers, people who are going to live in the mobile home, I don't know about you guys, but when I think of people who are going to be living in a mobile home, I don't necessarily think of people who got 100 G's in cash laying around, okay? So it dramatically drops the price. With that being said, you absolutely still can wholesale mobile homes built pre-1976. I did $80,000 last year on a pre-1976 mobile home, okay? So, but if you're taking notes right now, you should know, number one, is there money in mobile homes? Absolutely there is. Number two, you cannot wholesale mobile homes that they do not own the land, aka if you see lot rent. Number three, the year built is important. So let's say that I am speaking with, here, let me just go here. Let me go to more, or wait, what are we doing here? Wait. Here we go. Year built. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to say 1976. So I want maximum to be built in 1976. So let's say I'm talking to this homie right here, right? I call up this lead. Let me see real quick. Manufactured home, nothing about lot rent, perfectly. So guys, I'm telling you all right now, this would be a great property to call. Now, again, we still need to ask. We're going to ask, hey, is there lot rent or do you own the land that the property sits on, right? But let's say I call this person, they say, yes, we own the land. Yes, there is a HOA fee, which that's going to be normal. There's a lot of times when mobile home parks have an HOA fee or whatever it is, that's different from lot rent. But let's say that they're like, yep, okay, cool. And so we need to make this person an offer, right? So we're going to go back. We're going to search that property so I don't lose it. Come up. Yep. This is the one we're looking at. That's what I'm talking about. Gangster. All right. Where are we at though? Where are we at? I only got like half my screen over here because Zillow is, or my Zoom interface is like, cool. So we're like over here somewhere. So we're just gonna, let's see. I don't know exactly where we are, but whatever. We're just gonna assume it's over here somewhere. This isn't a real comp, so, but either way, when we go to sold and we're looking for comps, right? We're looking obviously with other manufactured homes, but it'd be important to go ahead and stick this year build right here, right? 1976. So just quick numbers here. I'm not like, this is not how I actually comp, but if we look around, okay, we're seeing some mobile homes like 225. This sold for 225. Nice fucking, this is ARV for a mobile home, right? Home details. Let's see what's going on. 1972. Okay. So this could be indicative of that property being a 225 ARV. Now I know for a fact it's not, because this property is down here and this other property that we were looking at is like up in here. In completely different mobile home park, right? Like these things get different. Like when you're comping mobile homes, you really want to stay in the same parks. That's very important.
I've got a quick question.
What's up?
It looks like that ARV one you just looked at was built in 72. Does that mean someone paid 225 cash for it?
Somebody bought this, yes, for 225. Now they could have gotten a hard money loan. One thing that's really popular, so I have a friend out here in Arizona, he flips a fuck ton of mobile homes, okay? And what he does is he'll buy a mobile home, cash, right? He'll just literally cash, like not hard money or anything like that. So he'll go buy one for 60 grand. And then he'll go put 30 grand into it, or let's just say 40 grand. So we're even numbers here. So now he's all into the property, $100,000, right? Then he'll list it for 225, but he'll list it owner finance. So he'll say, hey, I'll sell this for 225, but I'll finance you, not the bank. So if you want to buy this from me, you need to come with $20,000 down, right? So remember, he's into it 100K. He collects $25,000. So now he has $75,000 into the deal. But this person, remember, if he sells it for 225 and they gave $25,000 down, then there's a note of $200,000 that this person needs to pay. He'll slap 10% interest on that. So if they're paying $200,000, their interest rate is 10%, and it's just a fully amortizing loan, meaning it pays off in 30 years. Hold on, no, this is what he would do. It would be less. He would be like, you have to pay this off in like 15 years. So 15 times 12, so I'm getting months, that's 180. Basically, this person's going to pay like $2,000 a month. So he's making $24,000 a year on it. Parking is cash. He gets to depreciate the shit out of the mobile home, making 24 grand a year, cash on cash return on 75,000. That's 32%. That's a very good cash on cash return, right? That's what people are looking for, is 30 plus. Now, when you see, now look, some of these things, yes, some of these people might be getting them with just buying like 225 cash. An example you'll see of this is like people moving from California. People will sell their house in California, they'll have a shitload of cash, they'll move to Arizona, drop it on a mobile home, own the shit free and clear, not have a mortgage payment. That is something you'll see, especially older people. But with that being said, it's just important to look at the comps, right? Now, so if I'm looking right here, is what I can tell you. Oh, wait, this is so fucking funny. I'm not even making this up. This neighborhood is where I sold that deal for, where I made the $70,000 assignment fee. Is on Alder Avenue. Yeah, it's right here. But this neighborhood right here, now I highly encourage you. I've done this many times. I encourage you guys to do this too. Look, everybody watching, just look. This is some fucking free alpha right here. Look, Broadway Road in Arizona and Ellsworth and Main Street. This neighborhood right here, just pull a list of every single fucking house in here, call them all, see if they want to sell. Okay? See if they want to sell. I can comp this for you really fast. I got a bunch of buyers. I'll just hand it to you. You can do really well selling mobile homes in this neighborhood. People like it. I don't know why. Anyway, good question. Who asked that?
That was me.
Who's me? I'm sorry. I can only see. I can't see.
Oh, gotcha. Tony.
Tony. Good question, bro. Okay.
Thank you.
So, quick little recap again. There is money. They must own the lot. Only compare mobile homes built prior to 1976 to other mobile homes built before 1976, and 1976 and newer with other mobile homes built 1976 and newer. Okay. Now in Arizona, you're going to see some like high price mobile homes like this, like 200 grand, 225. That is not going to be much of a thing in other places. But good to know. All right. Okay. So does that answer your question, Tatum?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. And then looks like we have a comp here. This link you just sent in, this property on Galloway Avenue in Texas. All right.
No, it's
Are you good?
Hampstead Street.
The Zillow link you sent me is 4727 North Galloway Avenue.
In the chat? That's an old, that one that you're saying is
Oh,
an
is this
old one.
old? Oh shit. Yep. Okay, I see it now. Hampstead. There we go. All right. Let me get this on Zillow. Okay, let me share this. Boom. Share. Okay. So Hampstead Avenue, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,700 square feet, built in 52. Apparently this has a 875 lot when it's 1,700 square feet. So just to let you know, still it's not always perfect. House is for sale by owner, so I'm assuming that all of these pictures are going to be correct. Looks like standard full interior remodel. Looks like we do have a garage on the back or something. Let's see. So there's this carport here, so I kind of want to see if that we're actually going to count that garage or if that's some shed fucking thing in the back. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So garage, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,700 square feet. Let me go ahead here, put this back. Okay, Hampstead right here, easy. All right, so we're gonna go sold. We need to go houses. I need to go clear my filter about year built, sold last 12 months, that's good. Okay, or are we actually gonna start back a little bit? We're gonna start 6 months. And let's see what we got going on. Perfect. We have another 3-1, 1,000 square feet, very similar looking property over here. Let's take a look here. So no garage, or they looks like they had a garage but closed it in, whatever the fuck is going on here. Now, so when we see a comp like this thing looks fucking rough, right? Like what the hell? This is a great comp to be able to find because it's going to give you an idea of what investors might pay. Wow. Talk about putting lipstick on a pig, dude. They just tiled this shower like that, bro. Are you kidding me? Dude, the 4-poster bed, that's hard. All right. Okay. So I want to see what the hell this thing sold for. Price to sell at only 180. Interesting. So this sucks because it says it was pending at 180, right? It was listed at 180, pending at 180. Zestimate shows 140. So more than likely, I suspect that this person sold it for 140. However, I'm going to double check by doing a couple things. First, we're going to put it into batch leads. Let's see what they got on it. Nothing. So next thing is I want to put it into Deal Machine. By the way, guys, this is a new software. They reached out to me and they're like, hey, you really need to try our software. And I was like, no, that's all right. I'm good. And they're like, no, like you really need to. So I got on a call with these guys today. And at the end of it, I immediately bought an account. I'm going to get into why I did this later. But it's pretty fucking crazy. Okay, listed for 180, estimated. Let's see, it was on market for 28 days. And they think it's free and clear. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna just assume here that this property, now, to be honest with you, Tatum, this is a very important comp to us. So I would call this realtor. Like if I'm talking to this homeowner, I would call this realtor. And I'm gonna say, hey, was looking at that property over on Hampstead. I have a similar property that I'm looking at buying. Just wondering, what did that property end up selling for? And if he like be's all fucking weird about it, just be like, yo, look, here's the deal. Like I have another property that I have the opportunity to get a really great deal at. If you help me out with this, I'll help. Like, I would love for you to list my property, to sell my property for me. Like you can have the exclusive listing. See what they say, right? Anyway, they more than likely won't be weird. They'll want to brag about their listing that's sold. So important to note. Now, what was your property listed for again? I don't remember. Let me get that pulled up. Wait, I lost it. What is the, let me go
It was
back.
listed for 275.
275. Okay, so that makes sense. So we already know that they're out of fucking control with that. We have another 3-2. Now, look, I want you guys to notice something. Remember that property we looked at and we looked at this one and we're like, oh yeah, that's comparable. I don't need to look at this property because it's not comparable. Look at that. This house looks like so chill. The other house looks terrifying. This is not going to be a comp. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anything else? By the way, notice I only want to look at properties in this little, what do we got here? Ooh, excellent. Another 3-1. Okay. Looks like somebody did something here. No garage. Three one, similar square footage. Embark on an adventure of discovery. Okay, dude. Pending 200. Zestimate is 200. This house may have sold for 200,000. Let's go to Google. Let's see what Google can tell us. Realtor.com, what you got for me? Boom. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Give me these picks. Give me these picks, baby. What's up? Okay. All right. So they've done some shit very half-ass, but obviously, like, look at the floors. Like, what is that, dude? Like, come on. So this is not ARV, but it sold for 200,000. Now, this house is definitely going to be in better shape than ours is, but it's also still pretty shitty. So that's good to know. Let me see what else we got. Sec, let me plug in my computer so it doesn't die. All right. Okay, that's it. So here is all I need to know. I don't even need to know ARV just because of this comp and this comp right here. Okay. Because this property that is extremely similar to ours sold for 140,000. We know that we could probably sell this to an investor for 140,000. However, the property could have potentially sold for 180,000. We do not know. And there's another similar property that sold for 200,000. Now, I think our property is right in the middle of those two, so it'd probably sell for in between, which is 190,000. Now, if I were you, I would call this person, or I'd call whoever listed this property, figure out exactly how much it sold for. Then, whether it's 140,000 or it's 180,000, offer the person $10,000 more than what this sold for. Talking about this comp, I'd call up the for sale by owner people and I'd say, listen, I see you got the property listed for 275,000. Now, if you were going to get that, it would have sold already. Because let me see here. Where's the chat? Give me the chat. I need that address again. Go right. So is what I'm going to do here is here's how this conversation is going to go with this guy. Right. Oh, I forgot this is 1,700 square feet. Fuck me. That changes things. I was thinking this was like 1,000 square feet. Oh, dude, this is why I gotta have the subject property pulled up. That definitely changes things. It's a bigger property. You're gonna be able to put a bedroom in there or a bathroom possibly, which is important to know. Oh, all right, shit. We gotta find other comps. Never mind, boys. We're not out of the woods yet. Okay. So these are still the only three we've got here. We need to bump it back. We need to bump it back a little bit. Let's go 12 months. All right, we got some more. Price. Okay. Dude. Wait. What is this? 1,200. It's across the street. That kind of scares me. I'm definitely not looking at anything over here. I don't trust that shit at all. Yeah, all of this stuff looks just way nicer. So I'm not looking at anything across from that highway. Shit. Let me remove this boundary draw to make my life easier real quick. And I want to see that other property too. Okay. So this is 1,300 square feet, 3-1. decent looking home, affordable housing, desired location. All right, pending 205, sold, Zestimate is 180. All right, we're gonna have to assume that that sold at 180. But either way, that means that our case is probably still the same. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. Wait, what is this? Where is this property at? Oh, it's right here. Wait, where the f is this? It's not glowing. Ooh, this is what we want to see. Where is this property at? Oh, it's right here. All right, this is a little sketchy, but I'm still gonna look at it. So 4.2, 1,400 square feet. It has an additional bathroom, which helps a fuck ton. It does have 300 less square feet though. So we're just gonna call that about even. Now, obviously, whoever remodeled this like does not know what the hell they're doing, but pending 249, sold for two. Okay, so there we go. This answers all of our questions. $250 ARV all day long, 1,700 square feet. We're gonna go at a $35 a square foot remodel, 60 grand. We need to bump this up to like 40. No, my numbers have to be off here because other people are purchasing properties for less. Oh, wait, it's affordable housing. This is definitely like a Section 8 rental market. That's what this is. You don't look at this as a flip. Either way, comes exactly back to what I was saying. So never mind, I was right. Look, because this property, which is very similar to ours, we're going to assume sold for 140. We'd have to call and see 180. Whatever it is, we would call the person. We'd call the owner or the realtor at this property, figured out what it sold for. We would then call our subject property, the one that we were looking at that's for sale for 275. And we got to be like, yo, your house has been on the market for 110 days. If it was worth anywhere close to 275,000, you would have gotten an offer for it. Been up for half a year, forgot, like, well, come on, right? Now, here's the deal. We look around, clearly this property is worth about as much as this one is. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Your property has a garage. I'll give you 10 grand for that. So whatever this property sold for, tack on 10K. So if it's sold for 180, offer him 190. If it's sold for 140, offer him 150. Okay. That's the move on this property. That was very in depth. That's like the longest it's taken me to comp a house in quite some time. Okay. Braden, looks like you have a property in Raytown, Missouri. ARV at 255, MO at 160, dispo 170. Okay. We are going to Missouri, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick question while you dive into this. I noticed on the calculator you were using, the repair estimates were 15, 25, and 35.
Yeah.
And the one linked in school is 30, 40, and 50. So I was curious if
I use that because I have wholesaled a ton of different deals and I understand when repair costs are different. Is what I'm going to tell you is when I first started, for the longest time, I way overestimated repair costs. And because of that, it helped me a lot. The biggest thing I see beginners do is they comp way too optimistic. Like they don't estimate enough for repairs and they overestimate ARV. So the reason why I have the calculator in there is just kind of a stop loss. It's like a handicap. If you feel like you would like to be more accurate and you don't want that, here's what I will say. Keep floors and paint at $15 a square foot. Floors, paint, cabinets at 25. Full reno interior is the only thing you should ever be adjusting. And the general rule of thumb for that is if the property's ARV is less than, now again, this is where there's kind of, it's just a little bit of art into this to kind of look at the houses and understand what they're selling for and what they're doing. If the ARV is less than around 250 to 300, you use $35 a square foot for a full renovation. If it's more than 300, $45 a square foot. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. That is not a perfect law per se, but that's kind of the answer to
that. Appreciate it.
All right, let me go back, share my screen. Let's get this property pulled up. Okay, where is this at? Here we go. So this is the property in question. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,500 square feet. How the hell do they fit 5 bedrooms and 1,500 square feet? I do not know. Looks good. That looks good. That looks good. It's got good curb appeal. Looks like it was recently painted. These flooring could be new. Looks like there's like old pictures they've included. Wait. Is this listed for rent? Or was it recently listed? Wait, let me see here. Oh, okay, they tried to rent it out in 2018 and it did not have good luck. Okay. So I'm gonna assume that the property is essentially very close to ARV here. Where's it at? Dude, you guys love giving me non-disclosure states. And I don't want to cheat by using privy. Okay. So let me, again, that's 1,500 square feet, 5 bed. Okay. What we got? What we got? 2 stories. Quick note, remember, we do not comp 1 stories versus 2 stories. 3. Okay. Where is this? This is a good comp. We don't have pictures. Let's see if we can find them elsewhere. Realtor.com, you do it again. All right, so far I'm catching the vibe that this is very similar, probably slightly better than the house that we were looking at, the subject property. Yeah. Wait, this sold this year, bro? There's really not much you're gonna be able to do with this. I mean, unless they're gonna give it to you sub 2, but I'm not gonna dig into that right now. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do. If they just sold it here, I mean, you can't wholesale it, like. Now for shits and giggles, let me get that property again. What it was, 85. Oh, wait, never mind. This fucking subject property. Jesus. I'm losing my mind over here, boys. Okay, 250 is gonna be ARV. Probably 240 because that property I think is slightly nicer than this one. Now for a property like this, that's just like, it's already like pretty much everything's done to it. I'm only gonna budget $5,000 on the repair and very less. Like I'm saying, I'm gonna just, now this is just kind of something where again, I have a little bit of expertise here, but I think that this property will sell all day, like easy in a day for 230 grand. And somebody will do it to make $20,000. So with that being said, my MAO would be 164 and I'd be looking at dispo it at 184. I don't remember what your numbers were, but I believe they were close to that. Let me see. What did you say? Wow. We have about the exact same numbers. You just have your ARV a bit too high. But yeah, good job, Braden. You're getting good at this, bro. Okay. What else we got? Any other questions? Comparable properties you guys would like me to look at? Or properties you'd like me to analyze?
I've got one more quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Any psychological tips when you're given offers in the situation where, say, for whatever reason, seller has it in their mind that they want something like 230, you run your numbers, and you can't make it work past like 80, 85. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I can hear my voice drop when I know there's like a giant gap. I was wondering if you had any tips on how to.
Well, I mean, that's gonna just be part experience. Like, here's the thing is now, with the exception of the fact when they give a price that's like close to what I can do, pretty much every single time, I mean, I deliver my offer in such a way where it's like, yeah, this is what it's worth. Like, it's not, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the key is not when you're delivering the offer, it's what happens next. right? So somebody's offering or asking $250 and you're offering them $80,000 for their property. And they say, what the hell? Like, no, I would never sell. I'm asking $250. That's where make them defend their offer, right? You need to remember the dynamic between you and the seller is such that they are selling you the property. Give them the opportunity to make them defend their points, right? So, hey, help me understand. Are you seeing something that I'm not? What do you mean? Well, I mean, I'm looking around at other properties in the area and it's looking to me like the only properties that are, selling for that are, 500 square feet bigger than yours. They have 2 extra bedrooms. They're built 50 years newer. Can you help me understand what you're seeing? Right. And then that's where you just have to have a conversation. Now, it's a very fine line of what you're doing here of mitigating any sort of contention between you and the seller but also getting them to argue their point. And the whole way that you want to do that is you want to frame this from a point of confusion. Like, hey, can you help me understand? Like, I guess I'm just not sure where you're getting this number from. Can you show me what you're seeing? Right? Now, is this going to have a 100% success rate? Of course not. You're going to have people who are just fucking, and they're like, no, it's my house. That's what I want for it. It's like, okay, so you don't really want to sell it. I do want to sell it for the right price. It's like, hey, listen, if somebody offered me 100 grand for my shoes, I'd walk around barefoot, but I don't think that's what's going on here. My best advice is to act confused, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Like, are you seeing something I'm not? And I just tell them, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm really confused here. Like, I must not be looking at the right thing because what I'm seeing is this, right? And I'm going off and I'm like, I got this property right here. It's sold for this. This property right here, it's sold for this. It has this, and this. We just talked about your property and it has that, and that. That's all shit we'd have to replace if we were going to have it be on the same level as this. And then you'll have dumb fucks that will say shit like, well, you don't have to replace that. You actually don't know what people want. And then it's like, well, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. And for some reason, every single time that we make those repairs, the property sells for more. Now, I can even see right here in your neighborhood that those properties who have had that done to it are selling for this, and this. Whereas the properties who are not are selling for this, and this. What do you think about that? Right? But the point here is you want to come off confused. Don't be an asshole as much as you can. It's very hard for me sometimes. I'm like, you idiot. Like, you're being over here. Like, and nobody's ever going to pay that price. If you actually want to sell it, like, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. But you do it the right way and you come to a point of understanding where it'll either understand that, hey, I don't want to sell this enough, or I need to sell this on the market with the real estate agent. At which point, that's where we want to go through, slam all the fucking doors, right? Like, oh yeah, absolutely. Listing on the market could be a great idea. When was the last time you sold a property on the market? Or bought one on the market? Did you pay full price for the property when you bought it? Oh, you didn't? You actually offered under? Oh. Huh. Hey, that's not free, right? Yeah, there's like commissions that come out of that. Yeah, there's the buyer and then the seller commission. Yeah. And then there's the closing cost too, right? And did you ask for any repairs or anything like that? Them to clean anything up? And their property was like in pristine condition, right? Oh, yeah, no. And you did showings? How many showings did you do? Okay. So are you cool with having to do all that? If you have to keep your property spotless for, a couple months while you have people trouncing in and out of it. And then, maybe they end up even offering you less than what your realtor thinks they can sell it for, but your realtor still gets paid 3% and the buyer's agent still gets paid 3%. And then you got to pay all the closing costs. Right? You ask them questions in a way that makes that option sound shitty as fuck. Now, again, for some people, listing on the market is going to be what they need to do, but that's kind of my thing for that.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Aldair's got a property. Let's see what we got here. Okay. 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,000 square feet in Milwaukee. Okay. 1930. Wow. This does not look like a 1930 house. Interesting. Okay. This should be pretty easy to comp. All of the properties look like they were built by the same builder. Okay. Wait, Let me get that address again, so I don't forget it. All right, 2105. Wait, we're looking at 2105. Okay, so it's sold in 2018 for 247,000. That's good information to know. They've experienced large amounts of appreciation. So what do we got here? Let's go sold. I want to see satellite because I want to see if this over here looks the same. It does. So I know this is a main road, but you can just look at satellite and all this looks very similar. Over here, not so much. There's looking like, you know, bigger lots and shit over here. So I don't really want to look at that. But like this could be a comp. Anyway, back to what I was saying. 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,000 square feet. So home type, houses sold last 12 months. Let's bump this back to 6. Okay, so we have a 265 at 1,400 square feet, much smaller than our property. However, it's still important for us to look at this. 4 bedroom, 2 bath, updates throughout, open layout, new carpeting, roof replaced in 2018. That's fire. Okay. Fenced in, 2-car garage, also 1926, sold for 265. Okay. So one thing I want you guys to notice is, oh, Jesus, what did I just do? All right, one thing I want you guys to notice. I have this sorted over here, high to low. I also do not have any filters on square foot or anything like that. Okay, hold on. What do we got over here? What the fuck's going on? Why am I seeing this? All right, we need to get a boundary up in this shit because now I'm seeing commercial property and stuff. I don't want that. So let's see, draw, and let's go. Oh shit. Dude, come on. What's going on here? Work with me. Dude. 1 sec, I need to let me stop sharing so I can maximize my screen. So that Zillow will work with me here. Okay. This the hell out of the way. Okay, cancel, draw. There we go. Now we're cooking with dynamite over here. This is what I'm talking about. Cool. All right, let's see what we got. What the hell? So this property is right here. Either way, whatever the that is, that's not a comp. I can tell you that much. Boom, 266, 2,000 square feet. Let's see if this property, we can find some pictures of it. Is realtor.com going to come through again? Original details and modern comforts. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, remodeled kitchen, tile backsplash. All right. We got to call this ARV. Either way, it's pretty easy to know it's ARV because there's 2 properties. Look, even though this one's 600 square feet bigger, we know this has a remodeled kitchen. ARV is going to be, you know, 265. We got 2 properties right here showing that. So, I can't remember if you said anything to me about the condition or whatever. So let me go to the chat and see. It needs light interior repairs. So I'm going to assume it needs a full interior remodel because light interior repairs means full interior remodel. So 265, 1, 2, 3. It's 2,000 square feet. And also, I'll tell you what, I'm kind of gonna, never mind. 2,000 square feet, $35 a square foot. That is $70,000 for this right here. I'm going to 12%. However, I know that it's not actually going to take 70 grand to redo this entire house. Just because looking at those other properties, these are older actually, I take back what I'm saying. Because I'm not sure about the age of the roof, the furnace, and the water heater. Because they're old properties like that, that's something you would need to know. I'll tell you, you would need to ask them, how old's the roof? Has the water heater been replaced? Anything like that. If any of them are more than 10 years old, then you're gonna be replacing them. So more than likely, that's going to be something that would need to be done. Now, more than likely, this property would actually only be a $50,000 remodel, but I'm going to do 75 because I don't know the age of that stuff. And it is a 100-year-old house, literally. So I'm going to assume that they do need to be replaced. We need to bump this up to about 20. What do we got here? Oh, we got 30. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right. 123, 123 MAO, 143, probably 145 dispo price. That is what we're looking at with this one here. Does that make sense? Altair? Sweet. Of course. Whew. All right. So we got anything else? Any other last minute questions? Any other last minute properties you might want me to look at?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So do you use autoleads.ai?
Yes.
How have you been liking that?
How have I been liking that?
Yeah.
It is. It's probably the most revolutionary technology to come out for wholesaling real estate, more so even than like InvestorLift was. It is shockingly good at getting you leads. Leads from cold calling that is, I think, definitely an untapped market right now, where pretty much every big investor has moved towards inbound marketing. So I want you to consider this for a second. If you guys go on Instagram and you watch any, wholesaler real estate guys stuff, they're like, inbound leads, Facebook ads, YouTube, you got to get PPC, everything like that. It is the general consensus right now. Because you guys follow me and you guys are in like my world, you guys are probably getting ads from people that are like cold calling's dead. You have to do this, and whatever. So people en masse are getting funneled into these digital marketing systems. But one thing you guys need to understand about this is that these digital marketing things where you pay per click and you're paying for leads, this is a PVP environment, right? When you have multiple people who all want to bid on the same keywords so their ads get shown to the right people, price goes up, cost per click goes up. Basically, it's more expensive to run these. Now, this is a good thing if you understand it, because I see everybody migrating over there, and everybody who's doing that is now spending less money on cold calling, or maybe no cold calling at all. Meaning less people are getting cold called. Meaning there's more deals there, because there always are deals in cold calling. There always has been, okay? So with that being said, auto leads makes cold calling extremely accessible. You don't have to hire, train, manage virtual assistants. Auto leads is AI, meaning it doesn't bitch about working. You pay it whatever auto leads costs, and it does its job the same way every single time. Auto leads doesn't have a typhoon hit and lose internet connection. Auto leads doesn't just sit there and pretend to be working, but they're actually just as soon as somebody answers, hanging up the phone and saying nobody answered, right? Not to mention, it's so cheap for what it is. Now I'm talking, of course, about the AI add-on plan. If any of you guys are interested in auto leads, I would not recommend getting the one, like the $99 a month thing. You don't need that. But getting it with the AI add-on, so you get I believe it starts at 5,000 credits. It's a game changer. I mean, I've got people in our inner circle who, are able to get started on auto leads right away. And these people are all getting multiple deals under contract in their first 30 days. Tomorrow or the next day, I can't remember, but I'm going to do something with auto leads. I'm meeting up with some people, and we're going to pull a list, and then we're going to get it running through auto leads. And I mean, I'm going to call it. So I'll be calling these leads like on TikTok Live and YouTube Live over the next couple of days. So tune into that if you guys want to see me do it. I mean, I would be very surprised if I didn't walk away with, 2 or 3 deals just from the first run through the leads. So yeah, auto leads is very good. That's kind of my testimony.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. What are your
Hey Tyson,
guidelines?
could I give you a property to comp real quick? I already comped it, but I want to see if my numbers match up with yours.
Yeah, go ahead and drop the address in the chat.
Okay.
And Dylan, what are your underwriting guidelines for underwriting a lot? Dylan, if there are similar lots on the market, meaning there's other property like you have comps, 50% of whatever those are at. Okay, so if you see a lot sold for 20 grand, well, this kind of depends, because with lots, it's much harder to find buyers unless you just list it on the market. The most successful land wholesalers I know all list the property on the market, right? They put it under contract, immediately list it on the market. That's a whole ass other thing. You have to find realtors who are willing to do it. You have to find title companies who are willing to close those transactions. It's a whole other ballgame. But with that being said, you absolutely can wholesale them, but you pretty much 50% of what other comps are selling for. If there are no comps, 10% of ARV of what a new build property would sell for. So if you can find a new build, that's perfect. 10% of whatever those are selling for. If you can't, find just the ARV in the area, like the most expensive houses that can be built on the same size lot, 10% of that. That's how you do a lot. Wayne, I'm probably going to need a city and state, but let me see.
This Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Okay.
Yep. I had ARV at 300,000. There's 2 houses that sold for like 308 and then 310. And then there's a house currently for sale. I think it's like 12 days on Zillow for like
Well,
312,000.
don't you worry, because I'm about to find out. So this is the property, 1,200 square feet, 3-1.
Yep.
1956, parking, no data. Okay, it's right here on the border of this. Dude, my computer starts moving so slow when I'm sharing screen. It's so annoying. Okay, let's look at satellite and see how much of all of this is similar. It looks like it all is. We need to go last 6 months. Let me move this. Sort high to low. Okay, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Bigger. No, not a comp. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,200 square feet. Not a comp. Hey, do you know if the property is 1 or 2 stories?
It has a basement, but it doesn't have an upper level, so 2.
Okay. So we need to find a 3-1. Two ones. It sold for 110. Well, you should know that you can sell it for about 110,000 because one sold on the market a couple of months ago for that. That kind of sucks. Here's the deal is, again, especially in an area like Chicago, this extra bathroom is so important. Like you lose so much for it only being a 3-1. There's a 1,500 square foot property for sale at 140. Looks like it is gut fire damage. Okay, and they're selling this for 140. How long has this been up? They just had a 5K price drop. 1909 per investor. Wonder if it was 25 days on Zillow, 140. Okay, well, so here's your competition. Here's what you're going against. You want to be priced less than them. We saw a property sold for 110. I would start at 100. Again, on something like this, here's a downside when it comes to wholesaling in a lot of different places. Is I don't know how easy it is to get a permit to add a second bathroom in Chicago. It might be something where it's really easy. More than likely, it's not. But there are some places where it's just super easy, where it's like you basically can comp everything against each other as the same because of how easy it is. Whereas here, I don't think so. So despite what ARV is or anything like that, the market already is just telling us what shit's selling for. And this property being up for 140 and not having sold in a month, whereas investors are all going to be seeing this property first day, because perfect for investors and rehabbers. Every single big investor and rehabber has MLS checks every single day when properties with certain keywords come up. So the fact that this hasn't sold for 140, again, the other property that was very similar sold at 110, I would be trying to, my MAO would be 115. And at 115, I'd probably be trying to sell this for 120. My first offer would be 100 grand. I would go up to like 110, maybe 115 and try and sell it for like 130. But this property being at 140 is not a good look. Or not sold at 140 is not a good look. Where we do have another very similar property that sold for 110. I get it at 100, you got a deal, you get it at 110, you might be able to sell it. I still would lock it up for that, but that's where I'd be at on that.
All right, thank you.
Got you. Okay. Okay, if you're calling an absentee owner list and the people say they've been receiving these calls repeatedly, should we switch lists / get a new one? No, Zach, that's just an objection. Oh, I totally understand if you've been getting a lot of calls. Let's make this your last one. Look, I'm going to get you an offer in the next 10 minutes. I'm not going to be like anything like these other people that you talk to. Catch me up to speed. What's got you thinking about selling this? Move past that shit. I don't care if you've gotten other phone calls. Guys, guess what? I got several phone calls today too. Who gives a shit? Move past that. No, it does not mean it's time to switch lists or get a new one. Like, guys, people are going to say that shit to you. It's just an objection, just like anything else. Do not let that get you off the phone. Unless they say, I don't want to sell. Then you don't want to sell. Get that. Not everybody on my list is going to want to. Okay, Jacob, I use auto leads. Just got RA Simply. Do I have to manually put all the leads that I'm getting into the CRM? Is there a way to put all the leads getting in there at once? Dude, Jacob, it's kind of a pain in the ass. That's one of the shittiest things about RA Simply that I actually definitely need to talk to them about. Is you have to reach out to them. You have to reach out to them to get a bulk upload into it, and they can do it, but it takes it's not immediate, it's going to take a few hours, but basically you go to support, you're like, hey, I need a bulk upload leads, and then they'll do it for you. But just to give you what I do, Jacob, on RA Simply, with auto leads and RA Simply, is when I first run my auto leads campaign, right? And I get whatever, let's just say 30 leads. I'm going to go through the leads. I'm going to read the conversations, and I'm just going to cherry pick the hottest ones, right? I just export this list into Excel and highlight all the hottest ones, and I'm just going to call them, right? And as I call them, enter them into auto leads, just manually. While you're doing that, or look, you can basically, the best way to be doing it is as soon as you get these leads, boom, export it, reach out to RA Simply, their support, be like, hey, I need to bulk upload these. Then back to Excel sheet, go through, look at all of them, read the description, comp the properties, which I know I'm normally super against. If you guys have ever heard me before, I'm like, do not comp a property until you call them. Here's the deal. We have a recorded conversation of this person saying they want to sell, right? So it's fine to kind of comp the properties, see which ones your MAO is closest to their asking price, start there, right? By that time, you've talked to them all, the import will be done, you'll be good to go. It's kind of a pain in the ass though. Yes, Tatum, absolutely. What do you got going on?
Okay, I want to know how I'm supposed to answer this question when cold calling. I keep getting it, and I think I'm answering it wrong based on their response. I keep getting people ask me, are you a wholesaler or investor or the end buyer? And I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I'm an investor. What is an investor? Somebody who's looking to make a profit. Are you looking to make a profit, Tatum? Me too.
Yes.
Now, here's the deal. If they press you on it, this is where you need to make a decision for yourself about what you want to do. For me personally, ever since I started wholesaling, I started learning about this, and my first question was like, who the fuck are these end buyers? Like, are these people really just whipping around 500 G's cash to buy these investment properties here in Arizona? Like, how do you got that kind of bread? Then I realized, oh, they're buying it with hard money. At that point, I started reaching out to hard money lenders, and I was like, yo, like, what's good? Like, hey, like, can I just get a hard money loan and go flip a house? And they're like, well, yeah, you need 10% down. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, when I first got asked that question, I just said I'm an investor. And if people press me like, are you a wholesaler? I would kind of say, yeah, that's something I've done before. I've absolutely wholesaled the house. But here's the deal. Whether or not I'm going to wholesale, I'm going to buy, I'm going to be the end buyer, I'll be the landlord, I flip the property, whatever. Does it matter if I get you the price you're asking for? Like, no. Okay, well then, cool. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make you an offer, and if it works for you, this property is going to get closed, right? That's my job. And then boom, you just move past it. But the important thing there is, see what I just said? Does it sound like I've said that before? It's because I've said it so many times, right? Like, I've gotten good at saying that, because like you've noticed, you get asked it, right? So the more you practice, the more you say that, you're going to say it with more and more conviction. I'm to a point now, somebody asked me that, it's like, dude, I'm on to the next thing. They're like, oh, like, yeah, duh, right? But it's just because I've got conviction in what I'm saying. Now, back to my point earlier is, as soon as I had enough money to get a hard money loan, right? Now, let's say you're calling a property that's $200,000, right? You've closed a wholesale deal, you've got 20 G's in your bank account. You're like, yeah, I'm the end buyer. Because guess what? You could go get a hard money loan and be the end buyer. Now, this is up to you. If you choose to tell a little white lie and say that you're the end buyer, even though you're not, I'm not going to judge you. But it's just kind of up to you. But the answer I would do, if you're asking me for my advice, is I would say, I'm an investor, and then move directly into the next question on your script. Like, are you a wholesaler, an end buyer, an investor? And be like, oh, I'm an investor. So catch me up to speed here. What's got you interested in selling this place? Right? And then if they're like, no, like, what do you mean you're an investor? Like, are you going to wholesale my property? That's when it's like, yeah, I absolutely might wholesale your property. I also might flip it. I almost might buy it, let my fucking uncle live in there. But does any of that matter if I get you the price that I offer you for it? No? Okay, that's what I was thinking. So, looks like that you bought this property, whatever. I just, we just move. Like, one thing, if you guys have ever heard me talk about sales, acquisitions, it's so important to think of it as a tennis match. And the only way that you can score a point is if you follow up with whatever the they asked you with another question, right? So if they say, are you a wholesaler, or are you a wholesaler? And I say, no, I'm an investor. Did I follow up with a question? No. They just scored a point on me. They fucking served the ball. It came to my side, and I didn't serve it back. Because if I did, I would have asked them another question, or I would have taken the conversation somewhere else, right? So it's, yeah, are you a wholesaler investor? I'm like, yeah, I'm an investor. So catch me up to speed. What's got you thinking about selling this house? Or you could, if you really like, if you want to like big dick them, you can be like, yeah, I'm an investor. The fact that you asked me that question probably means that you've worked with some pretty bad wholesalers before, haven't you? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I hate to hear that. Look, I can tell you right now, I've seen it. It annoys me too. We're not going to have that problem here. Anyway, what's got you looking at selling this house? Right? Whatever it is, it's just we answer their question and we immediately steer. Because if you are the one who constantly is serving the ball back, that means you're steering the conversation. AKA scoring points on them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
All right. Okay. I think that's all. Great questions though, Tatum. All right. It is now time for me to go eat 1 pound of ground beef, 3 eggs, some hash browns, and I'm going to cover that shit in a little bit of sugar-free syrup. It's not going to taste good, but it definitely will be gains. Okay. Anyways, you guys got a lot of great questions today. I don't know if any of you guys who made a bunch of money are in here, but you guys are fucking killing it. Guys, the deals are out there. It is crazy right now in the wholesaling world. This is the best time to be getting after it. If you guys haven't gotten your first deal, you don't feel like you've gotten the success right away, one thing you need to remember is that it's all about reps. And in the beginning, it fucking sucks because you have to do the shit yourself. You have to make the cold calls yourself. But what you are not making in money, you are making in experience, okay? When I was first getting started and it took me 2 months to get my very first deal, did you guys not think that there was a time 45 days in where I was like, dude, fuck, like this sucks. Like I haven't made any fucking money. Like what the hell am I going to do? Whatever, right? I had thoughts about quitting. I absolutely did. But I knew two things. Number one is if I quit now, then everything else I've done has been absolutely for fucking nothing. And that sucks. Number two, I realized I don't lose until I quit. And guess what? You know, whatever it was, 2 weeks later, after those times where I was thinking that in my head, I got my first deal. But one thing I realized, and it wasn't right away, it was, you know, a couple months looking back afterwards when I was at a real estate meetup and I was talking about getting my first deal and somebody was asking me, you know, how to happen. I realized that if I had talked to that lead that ended up being my first deal on my week one, it is very likely I would not have closed it because I didn't have the experience. Because in the beginning, those 60 days when I was making the calls and I wasn't getting paid because I wasn't getting any deals, I wasn't getting paid in money, but I was getting paid in experience. There were so many conversations I had with people where all of a sudden I started learning about different stuff in real estate. And then I can go and I can look that up and I know. And the next time I talk to somebody, I'm knowledgeable about it. And I'm getting more comfortable on the phone. I'm getting smoother, right? I'm learning how to handle objections the right way, right? All of these different things start to compound. And now it's to a point, right? Like, here's the deal. Like, you can take a beginner and like, they can throw however much money into ads and all this shit. But if they get on the phone and they bumblefuck their way through it, they're not gonna make money, right? You need to allow yourself some time to get good at the skill, right? A master of anything started as a beginner, but you're never gonna be the graceful master if you're not willing to stumble through it as the beginner, okay? So keep on going. The deals are out there. There's so much fucking money out there. You want to know how I know? They're printing more of it every fucking day at alarming amounts. Okay. All we got to do is go get our tiny little sliver of that, and your life is going to change forever. So keep doing what you guys are doing. If you guys have any questions, you guys know where to find me. Post in school, send me a message, whatever it needs to be. But appreciate all of you guys for coming. Hope this was helpful, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.